We are doing a live. This is going to be a announcing or drawing and announcing the winner of my giveaway. Also going to work on some homecoming mums as well. So I just need to do a little editing here on this live. Hi Jennifer, good afternoon. Thanks for joining in. So we're doing announcing the winner. Hey Connie. I just folded up all the names and put them in here. I wanted to do it the old-fashioned way. It was a lot of work. The whole time I was thinking, why did I do it this way? But it is more fun this way. So I'm going to get the stuff out again and go over it because I did add a few things to it. And then we'll do a winner. So I'm just going to put this over here. Hi, Donna. Okay. So you see these little bags are different, I'm sure. So all the blingy stuff is in this bag here. So there was some stuff that was on rolls like this, you know, that you get at the Dollar Tree that has the diamond mesh and the pearls. So I took all those off and put in here, and then also I've got the flower shaped diamond mesh. Hi Magda, good afternoon. So I also got, let's see, so there's gold and silver in the flower, and then there's gold and silver, and then the white pearls. There's some disco balls or mirror balls, and then on the bottom, I don't know if you guys probably can't see that, I put in a few of these loose diamond looking bling. They're like the really good quality. I use those on my big mums, and I'll put them in between a bow or in the middle of a bow or something, but they look like little diamonds. So they're really high quality. I haven't even been able to find them in a while, so I put a few in here, so whoever wins that is going to get that lucky bling. And then there's some foam glitter shapes. There's a heart, and then there's stars of all different colors. So there's white, silver, royal blue, red, gold, black. I think that's it. These bags are red, so it's kind of hard to tell. And then in this one, I put soft satin ribbon that I cut. It is shiny, that's right. I need to move my computer over here better so I can see it. So these are on the large rolls that I have over here. And I use these a lot for ribbon necklaces or sometimes in the braids. So I put in all different colors. I can see there's red, black, there's a silverish gray. I can't tell if there's any other colors. I don't even remember now like what colors I put in here, but I did do them long enough to do, I think, 2 ribbon necklaces a piece. So there's that if you guys want that. Plus, you know, you can use that for anything. And then I also cut some of this pretty silver 1.5 inch width. It's wired ribbon, but I took the wire out of it already for you guys. But it's a real pretty one to put on mums. Actually, I'll show you. I just used some of it on these ribbon streamers here. So you can see the color underneath, but it's got the crisscross glitter. I love that. Hi, Rachel. So glad you joined in. Okay, and then there was the tubing. And then this is all kinds of trinkets. And I also put these little chalkboard tags. Something different. You know, you could put this in the flower, hang up at the top and put like number 1 or go team or something. So there was some different ones. Of course, you could use those for different crafts as well. But I've got a senior, junior, sophomore, and a freshman of those. There's 3D football helmets and footballs. There's a wooden flat basketball, and then there's just cheer, basketball, running, there's volleyball, a paw, just all different kinds of trinkets. So the ones that I had a lot of, I put one of each in here. And then the stickers were another addition since I made the video. Okay, so these are the dome-shaped sports balls. And then these are like a 3D looking stickers. And I actually used this one and this one on a mum. And I outlined them in that diamond mesh. It turned out pretty cute. I did 2 outlines in the diamond mesh. And then here is, I always cut out a bunch of homecoming and then the year, some of them the year, in vinyl, you know, in different colors. So I have a bunch of them, especially for the last minute mums, and I do them in different sizes. So I added some of those. There's some really small ones and then the really big ones. And then there's like, I think just 2 different fonts here. There's one orange, one silver, some blacks, some whites. Hi, Becky. Oh, I'm so glad you like those stickers. I've got a bunch of these, and I've used, I know I used the basketball already, and then like I said, I used a couple of these, so they're really fun. Plus, you know, you could use them for scrapbooking as well if you wanted. And there's the 3D football and basketball. I love these. These are great on the mum flower. And then here's some different bells. I think I added some more bells in here. And then there's a football, a baseball, a basketball, and a baseball bat. So this is like the heavy stuff I put in there together. And then here is the black ribbon. This is not an acetate. This is polypro Florentine, which is kind of like a, I think it's like a combo. I'm not 100% positive, but I use this a lot on just for like the black or white because it is less expensive. Really, Connie? I can't believe you can't find these. We've got a bunch of these, but we shop at a lot of Dollar Trees, so not everything is at every one of them, and some of them are only at the really big ones. Here's a Trinket Pack. This has got, it's got a horse on it, but it's got cheer, it's got go team, it's got a paw print. And then this is one of those tin things you get at Dollar Tree. I thought for a large mum, this would even be something unique that you could glue onto the mum flower, and you could put vinyl or something on there. Hey Carrie, I'm so glad you got to join in too. And then of course there's the big glue gun. Now this one's just like the one I use, except it doesn't have the fine point. That's the only difference between the two. And then I threw in some glue sticks for it, of course, which I'm going through these like crazy. I think I went through like 5 just yesterday. So, and then there's all these. Oh, this is the little piece that goes there, and then the paperwork for that. I took it out of the packaging. So then there's just all these different ribbons. There's these sheer ribbons. That one and that one is a sheer ribbon. These are soft satin. And let's see. Yeah, that's a soft satin, a sheer. It's just all different kinds. Some printed ones. I even put a farm, the farm animals. Let's see, what does it say? This says like farm fresh, cluck. But you know, if somebody was doing FFA or something, that might be cute. And then I love all the checks and ginghams that they got this year. Well, I haven't used one on a mum yet, but I was just trying to think of things, like oddball things I could put in here for you guys that maybe some people wouldn't think about. And I was like, hey, I've got those. There's other shapes too. Is it stars? I think they're stars, and I've got them, but I may try to use one on a, you know, a big one if I do a big mum. Here's some more, and lastly, of course, I put a silver and a gold glitter, and then this gold metallic. It's a soft satin. It's really pretty. I love that. So all these goodies. And I have not even thought about, like, I don't know what it's worth. I haven't even counted the number of ribbons or anything. I just kept adding stuff to it. I know it is a lot of stuff. I probably should have done like 2, separated them and did like 2 giveaways, but I didn't think about it. I just kept adding stuff to it. And I wanted to do a giveaway, you know, right at the beginning of homecoming. But I don't know about you guys. Are you already getting orders? I have gotten so many orders, it's crazy. I was not prepared for this. It literally just happened one day that orders just started, I just started chinging on my phone like crazy. Okay. So, are we ready to do this? I'm trying to see. Okay, so if you just joined in and didn't see me, I printed out all the names and I cut them out. Connie's ready. I cut them out evenly in strips, and then I folded them in half and folded them in half again, and they are all in here. I don't have anybody else to draw for me. It's just me, so I'm gonna have to do it myself. Oh, good job, Jennifer. That's good. I finally made a dent yesterday, but then I got more orders last night. I went from going yay every time I got an order just to almost crying. Okay, I'm gonna turn my head. Let's see what Carrie's saying. Yes, that's a good idea, Carrie. I've done that before in the past, too. Hi, Kay. We're just fixing the draw. I thought it was a yes for the orders. I thought you were saying, yes, I'm ready for the drawing. I always forget about the delay. That it always happens. Okay. Okay, guys, I'm going to turn my head and I'm just going to reach in and make you guys really wait. Okay. It is B. Livingston, and she's not on there. Of course. Of course it's not one of you guys watching. Doesn't that figure? Well, congratulations, B. And if you're wondering about the number, it just the way I was putting it in my notes, it started, I think I put 1 and then it just automatically started numbering them. So I could kind of keep up with how many people. Nothing special about the number, I promise. So it's B. You guys can't see that. I wish you had joined in. So, B, you need to message me on my Etsy shop, please. I will put a link in the description, or you can find it in the description of any of my videos. And just go to my Etsy shop and then message me from there, because it'll be private, and then you can send me your address so I can mail this stuff to you. And if I don't hear back from B within 7 days, then I will do the drawing again. So hopefully she watches this. I will try to I will comment to her too. I'll find one of her comments and let her know. But if I don't hear back from her in 7 days, I will do this again and give somebody else a shot. Yeah. You guys need to go check out Connie's video of her craft room. It was so good. It looks so good. At the beginning when you were showing beforehand, I was like, yep, that's my craft room. Yes, Kay, maybe next time. If I had thought about it, I really should have broken that up into at least 2 different things, so there was more winners. But I was just like, I need to get it done. I need to get one. You know, I wanted to do one at the beginning of homecoming season before it got really taken off. So I was rushing to get one in and I didn't even think it through. I should have done more than one and just broken it up. But I really wasn't expecting this many people to enter, because last time I only had like 12 people enter, so it was like it was over twice as many this time. But I will do another giveaway since they're successful. They are a lot of fun. I like to give back to my subscribers. That's the only thing, the only issue I had with some people, and you know, most of them were willing to do it, like Carrie. You know, if you had your settings on privacy, I couldn't tell if you were a subscriber, especially if you had never commented on anything. So that's the only thing, is I, you know, set that rule that you had to be a subscriber, and I had to be able to see that you're a subscriber, because there are people that will just come to your channel and try to win at whatever giveaway you're giving, and I, you know, I wanted to do this for my subscribers. Yes, more people watching, and the subscriber count has gone up the last couple of weeks. I guess because of homecoming, like really gone up. So I appreciate all of you new people that have joined in, and I am working on several moms, so I'm gonna do some of that right now. If you guys want to stay and join in on that, or if you just came for the drawing, that's fine too. You won't hurt my feelings. So I'll try to cover this up. So I just keep a notebook here, a binder, and I write down all, there's B's name. So I just write down all this stuff, all these orders, you know, the ones I get on Etsy and the ones that I get locally. It did get a little confusing having Etsy and local stuff. Oh, thank you, Jennifer. I will, Kay. I'll keep trying to keep them coming. Oh, hey, Diana, how are you? So we drew it's B Livingston 1. So this is my folder where I write, and these are the ones that I've already filled, but I have not mailed yet because I'm waiting to hear back from them. I always send pictures to my customers. Like, I send them pictures throughout the process, and then I send them pictures, of course, when they're finished, to make sure everything is okay. Like, for instance, this one is our school colors and the same mascot, but it's not our school. This is the jackets, but they're Rockwall, and I must have scribbled down Rockwell, and so I did the stickers Rockwell, or she wrote it. I don't know. I didn't even check which one of us made the mistake. It doesn't matter. I fixed it. But so sending her the picture of the finished mom, she said, "It's lovely, I love it, except for..." So if I had just mailed this to her without double checking with her, then she would have had a misspelled word on there, and you know, that would have been a big deal for them. So that's why I always try to check. But I do have some customers that will not respond, and it's so frustrating. But I do have several that are finished, and I'm waiting for them to say okay. Yes, I know what you're talking about, because I used to look for the videos too, Connie. When I first started, I was like looking for any help, and it was just, you know, there was a few helpful videos, but it was like, and anytime you looked, it was the same like handful of videos, and there was nothing new was ever posted and stuff. I know what you're talking about. There is somebody that does them on Facebook, and she puts them on YouTube. Like last year she started, and one of the braids was, well, I don't think it was one that I came up with, but it was like the way she made it was exactly like me, and I just thought that was funny. I was like, okay. Yes, congrats to B. Hopefully I can get a hold of her. I use some HTV vinyl too, but I charge more for it. At first, you know, when I first got my scan and cut and I was first doing that, I just put them on there because I was playing around with it, and I, you know, made all these ribbons and stuff with it and just had a lot of fun with it, but I didn't charge more for it. But now I do. If somebody wants a specialty ribbon made with HTV vinyl, then they're gonna pay for it, because that is a lot of work. I mean, even doing just the stickers is a lot of work, and I don't think people understand that, because I go into Canva and search the fonts, and so I'll put their name and the school and the mascot, whatever else that they want stickers made into, and I will scroll through all the fonts and find one that I really like, you know, because I try to change them all up so everybody's looks different, and then I have to save that and send it to my computer, and then I have to open up my scan and cut program and pull it up and edit it, and then I have to send it to my machine, and then I have to edit it, you know, like what size and stuff, and then cut them out. So it's a lot of work, and I don't think people really understand how much work that is, because I'll get a lot of last minute moments, and I'm like, you're gonna get basic, you're not getting, and they're like, okay, now I want this sticker, and I want stickers like this, and I want a really cursive looking font, and I'm like, no, you're not getting that. Oh, it changes up. Okay. Locally, I would say, I'm trying to think. I would say I got, before COVID, I got like over 20 orders locally. Like, maybe that was just our school. I'm trying to remember. It was like 20 to 30 maybe total in our small local schools. And then, so I had a lot of time to really work on each one. You know, I had a lot, except for those last minute mums. But so all those, you know, those orders, they would come through slowly. Well, I don't want to say slowly, but I had enough time to really, really put a lot of time and effort into them. And then last year when I got on Etsy, I doubled that in orders on Etsy. And I've already done over 20 on Etsy. I have never tried to heat transfer on the acetate. I was scared that it would ruin it. I don't know. I mean, it's worth trying. It's just a piece of ribbon. It's not gonna, what's it gonna hurt to try it? Maybe, I don't know if you'd want to turn it down, not have it so hot. I don't know, but I know you gotta have it a certain heat to get it to work. But I don't know. I don't know if it would burn it, or if it would discolor it or anything. I don't know. I just use like soft satins and stuff like that for the heat transfer, but I've thought about trying it. I just never have. Thanks, Kay. Yeah, this year is just like crazy. I had to turn somebody away already. But it was 11 orders. She wanted 11 orders in 2 weeks, and I'm already like backed up. So I was like, I don't think so. I'm sorry. But I did make a dent in it yesterday. Like I said, I got some milled off, and then I got 3 finished, 2 finished for her, and then I've got some in other states of progress. And one of the things I'm doing is I'm going through like 5 or 6 orders and making just the ribbon streamers, just to have that part done, because that's an easy thing to do, and then I can hang them up, and then you know, do the stuff that takes longer. So, and but the thing I got concerned about was that I would forget whose was whose, so I just wrote on the backer who they are. That way, when I start their mum, I can go through these and find the streamers. So I did several of these this morning, because I've already went through the other batch. So these are going to be matching the boys and girls. And I've gotten all different colors. all kinds of color combinations. Let's see. Here's a ring mum I finished. So this is one without a flower. How cute is that? I made several ring mums too. I got several orders for ring mums. So they've been really popular this year too. So I just used the adhesive ribbon, or vinyl, mostly, Connie. The permanent vinyl is what I prefer. Just because I know it's going to last longer. It's easy to remove, like, you know, when you're putting the letters on there, it's easy to remove them if you don't get them right. But the longer that the permanent vinyl is on the ribbon, the harder it is to take off. So, like, by the time they get it, I think it's, you know, it's a little bit more difficult to pull it off, and I don't have to worry about them falling off. And we have found some at one of the Dollar Trees. Actually had vinyl. And this is, you can't really see it very well because I haven't weeded it, and I don't usually weed these, I just pull them off. But they say that's what this is, and they're all different sizes. But this is permanent vinyl from Dollar Tree, and I tried it out on a couple of things, and it works just as good as the kind I got, the really expensive kind that I bought in big rolls. Which, here's the white one, which I got from Sign Warehouse. It's thicker, it is thicker, but it sticks just as well. Here's what it looks like in the box. Permanent vinyl. I just thought that was crazy that they had this. It's been fun and frustrating. It is frustrating. I don't have a Cricut, I have a Scan and Cut, but they're all, you know, just trying to figure them out. It's frustrating, but it is fun to do new things on. They also had transfer tape, and I don't remember, I've got several things. I finally decided to try one out, and I was so surprised at how well it worked. I know I always say I'm going to start early, Diana, and I never do. You know, usually I would make stuff up, like lots of braids and stuff, and then hope that I would use most of them. And this year I was just like, I ain't doing it. I'm tired of trying to find somewhere to pack all that stuff. And then, of course, I get a ton of orders, so I'm having to make almost everything up fresh. Let me show you these mums over here that I've finished. So this is a 4-inch flower. It's one of the smaller. This is what I call the mini peewee because it's smaller. But look at how cute is that? And then I put 2 elastics, one a little bit bigger than the other, just because I don't know how big their arm is going to be. So you can either use both of them or just this one if that one's too tight. So I tried to give them options. And also, if they end up having a really big arm and they don't tell me, they could cut here and they could cut here, and then they would have 2 long pieces and they could tie them together. So that would, or sew them together, so that would be an option. And this is a mini, but it's an extra long and blinged out mini. So I've got that listing for mini and peewee mums, but I have all these options. I have the 5-inch flower, I have the 4-inch flower, Then I have extra long, I have bling. I've got all these different options that I try to give them. Thank you, Diana. So, like I said, extra long and bling. So, on my minis and peewees, I do 12-inch braids and streamers. So, with these, I give them 5 extra inches. But it's only, still, it's only 1 layer of ribbons. They're just, you know, overlapped, so it makes it look full. So that's the difference between this and like a full size. A full size is going to have several layers. So this, they get the length with this, and they're getting the bling, but they're not spending all that money on a big heavy one that has all these layers. So I've got all these different options on my shop for them. And the third one, this is the mini, the 5-inch, regular length, but blinged out. So they got all this extra bling, and they ordered early. People that order early, I take a little bit more time with. I do a little bit more extras for them because they deserve it. They ordered early. Oh, thank you, Jennifer. I did make up a few backers, the head backers, but I've only used like one of those because it either isn't the right color combination or it's not the right size. So that's the problem with making up stuff early is sometimes it's just you can't find the exact right color or something. So that's frustrating. But I do, let's see. I've got several hair bow mum orders too. So this is the top part, and I meant to do a video tutorial on this and I didn't, but I got some more orders, so I will do another one. So this is the top, and I still have to do the streamers and everything, and she actually got ordered extra trinkets, so she's gonna get extra trinkets on hers. And I'm kind of limited on trinkets on those because you can't put a regular size trinket on them. You can only do small stuff. So I've got those little silver stars, but she wants gold accents. So what I do is I take fingernail polish and I paint them. But I painted this one purple, and then I went over it with purple glitter. So again, it's just nail polish. You can still see the silver on the back because it's going to be glued down. But that gives me a little trinket. I'm going to try and put a little megaphone on it for her because it's cheer themed. And then I'll put bells and a little bit of bling and stuff. And then I've got like the little football helmets I can glue on there. I have a purple one. This little container, this is just like, sometimes I get out too many trinkets, and so I'll put them in there, or I'll get out trinkets for the next few mums. So this is just my little stash, and in the bells, if I get a bell out, I know I'm going to be making some more, so I'll put some extra in here so I'm not constantly going over there. I know these are for my next few mums. And then I've got my little trash pile that I keep filling up as I'm cutting ribbons and stuff. I can just throw in there. Thank you, Kay. So I've got that hair bow mum. I've got the purple one that I need to work on. Again, I'll show that again. This is the streamer. She's doing bling and some other extras. So this ribbon right here I actually got from Hobby Lobby on clearance. You only got 3 yards, but look at that. It's so pretty. It's wired. I took the wires out. But I did a layer. This is the mid-size that I'm offering. So it's got 15-inch streamers and braids. And I usually only do 3 braids, sometimes 4. But I did a layer of the white acetate. That's like the 2.5 or 2.75. And I just overlap like halfway. And then I went over it with the purple. And then 3 of those. And then I think 5 of those. And this is that same ribbon I put in the giveaway. See how pretty it is. You can still see the purple underneath it, but it's still got all that glitter going on. I know I did a tutorial last year, but sometimes I do these with only 2 loops on each side, and this one has 3, and so I want to do one with the 3 on each side because this is like a more rounded, it's a little bit fuller. So I definitely want to do a video on that. And I did video 2 of my ring mums that I just mailed off today. They were super cute. They were no flower. But I think I did one with a flower, and it shipped off this week too, so I have it to show you. So let me find another backer that matches this, and I can start the top backer for that. So these are just my ribbon spool ends that I've taken off, which it doesn't have to be exact. You won't be able to tell when it's, but I may not have any more of that exact size. It's the only thing about using ribbon spool ends. They may all be different. Isn't it pretty? That is from Sam's Club. From their Christmas ribbons. I got it last year. They already have their Christmas ribbons out. We bought a bunch of them, but they didn't have that exact silver again. I don't know if you can see it, but this one is more, it's still see-through, but it's solid silver glitter. So it's going to be real pretty. I don't want to open it yet because I'm not using it yet. But they even had some sheer, like hunter green, and they had red glitter. I don't know. I got a ton. I got a ton for Christmas, but I got some stuff for homecoming. Pants are falling down. So even though that's a little bit smaller, I'm still going to use it because it's for the top backer and you won't be able to tell. And then I'll have to cut a backer for the very back. I just cut those on my Scan and Cut too. I got these from the Dollar Tree. You get 20 for $1. They're thinner than this, I will tell you that. But I just kind of halfway cut it around here, cut off that lip so it's flat, and then I cut just like, if this is, let's say this is exactly 6 inches, I would cut it at 6.25 just to make sure it goes over a little bit. And sometimes, you know, with all the staples, you can still kind of feel them, so I'll end up having to do 2, but not very often. But this is a good way. Even if you just ran out of backers, I know a lot of people still like to buy them, but even if you ran out, it'd be a good thing to do. Cheap way to do that. And they do have them in different colors, so if you wanted like a certain, you know, like if you wanted a purple one to match the purple mum, that would be fun. So when I'm making a mini or even the mid-size, I cut the loops at 5 inches for like regular loops instead of the 6 inches because I don't want it humongous. How do I get the wire out? Oh, it's so easy. Let me go ahead and cut some of that because I will use it on this. So first of all, okay, let's talk about scissors. I just opened these not too long ago, so this is only for like my acetates because I don't, if you try to cut acetate ribbons with a bad pair of scissors, it messes them up. So that's just for my acetates. This one too is just for ribbons, like good ribbons. These two I'm going to use on wires and everything else, and it's going to run them very quickly. These are bandage scissors, so I use these on a lot of wired stuff and they hold up. And you can see I've used them to hold stuff down that was hot gluing. That's why it's got hot glue all over it. So I'll go ahead and cut that at 5 inches. Sometimes they don't cut ribbons real well. So I'll use these, just cheap school scissors. Okay, so a lot of times the wire is already working its way out. So it's so easy to just go like that and pull them out. Some of them are a little bit more difficult. Let's see if the next one will be that easy. Okay, so you can't see these. So what I'm gonna do is just take it and push up, and then you can see it come out. And then pull it out. Sometimes I have to get my needle nose pliers in there if they're not that easy to pull out, and I just have to pinch right there and pull it out. But I do not like to keep wires in when I'm using them on homecoming mums, because it'll bend and stuff and it'll just look funny. Oh, thank you, Connie. Have fun. School's already started here. We're already done with all that. So I have no plan on what I'm gonna do. I'm just thinking like same ribbons that I used on there, and then I'll just kind of let it make itself, basically. You're welcome, Brandy. These used to be my good scissors, and now they won't hardly cut anything. They're terrible. But I use them to cut tape on, you know, when I'm boxing up stuff. That's another thing that will ruin your scissors really quickly, is if you're cutting a lot of tape. That adhesive sticks to it. And I've even taken alcohol and, you know, tried to clean them off, and they still just won't work right. So I got 4 of those. Like I said, I don't really have a plan at this moment what I'm doing. I'm going to go ahead and cut the purple. I know I want to use that. This purple too is not a true acetate, but I got lucky. The colors match up really well. You have to be careful about that if you buy other brands or ones that aren't true acetates. The colors aren't going to be exact. Those. Let's see. Here's that ribbon I used underneath. And you see, I didn't get very much. It was only 6 feet, so 3 yards. Is that right? Is my math right? Ooh, it's tearing the design up. But it was 99 on clearance for 99 cents, so it was a good find. That is not my phone. Now I could go ahead and cut, or I can go ahead and just try to remove the wire. It does become more difficult when you're trying to do longer pieces. So this whole roll is going on her mum. I don't know if you can find any more. That's right, Jennifer, mine too. Oh my gosh. Or when I do make a plan, it never goes like I thought. I always end up changing up the plan. So now that I took the wire out, I can use my good scissors. Just make sure those wires are out. So what I'll probably do is layer those on top like that, where the purple's showing through on the sides like that. And that's another thing, whenever I use any kind of wired ribbon, I always use the acetate or the polyflorentine underneath it, just to make it makes a better shaped loop. Because a lot of times if you just use something like that, it's not, see the difference? You don't want that flat loop, you want a pretty loop, so that's why you want to use those. Okay, there's 4. A little piece left over. I'm sure I can find something to do with that. That's right, me too. Okay, so now what am I going to use under here? Now I do have some different purples. Let me show you. Excuse me, Lulu. Oh my goodness gracious. I'm gonna throw that phone away. Okay, so these are the polyflorentine. So they're purple. And I think it's a really good purple. It's like right in the middle. It's not too light, it's not too dark. And then these are the acetates. This is the purple, and this is the new violet. So this one's got a little bit more of a bluish, I guess, tint to it. It's a deeper purple, but to me, like, this is a lot of the school colors. It's like LSU. To me, this would be LSU's purple. Like, it's closer to it to me. Just like their yellow is a little bit darker. So I bought that because some schools do have that, but then other schools want to use purple. So here's the two. Here's the color pattern. So you can see there's a huge difference. You wouldn't want to mix those up, but you'd be okay mixing those. It's just slight variations. But I have this one in both sizes, so I'm okay. And then see, that still looks good with that. This is more on the pinker side, I guess. Oh, thanks, Kay. Oh, thank you, Diana. You're so sweet and thoughtful. Oops. Okay, so I'm just gonna do these, and that's gonna be underneath there, so you can see that pretty purple. This school is purple, white, most of them like silver with it. Some of them like gold. It's really their choice. They're the Bobcat, so there's no like yellow. It's not purple and gold school colors. And you can even do black with it too. I've done their mums before, not too many, but I've done a few. So let me get some more of these. Keep my computer from going dark. I have looked everywhere for those settings, but I cannot find it. It does it so quickly, like every couple of minutes. So there's that pretty loop. And actually I might do more on that one. I did the silver sparkling, I think it's called, but I did 6 around. Let's see, I won't have enough for 6. Never mind. But I'm gonna have to do more than this. This is just a start. I might do some tubing, some other fun stuff. I'll just have to think about it. Hey Rachel, I got that at Hobby Lobby. Are you talking about this one? This was the one I showed. It was on clearance at Hobby Lobby for $1. So I don't know that they still have it or not. I think it was back in the spring when I found it. It was one of those that's regularly $3.99. It's over there by the hair bow ribbon. You know, they have some wired ribbons over there now. And they may have something a little different to replace it with. I don't know. I haven't looked. But it is very pretty. When I saw that, I was like, ooh, that's going to be perfect for a homecoming mom. I know I got a couple of rolls, but I don't remember how many I got. I think it was just 2. So I like this ribbon because you can see the color underneath. So you're adding that pretty silver sparkle, but you're not covering up the purple. You're still showing the colors. And she wants lots of bling, so as you can see, I'm trying to make sure everything's blinged up. Actually, I think I'm going to use some of that sparkling first. I think I'll do a layer of that and then these. It is over here as well. This right here. So this is kind of holographic looking. It kind of reminds me of like the crunched ice ribbon, because it's got a pattern in it, a texture, but it's kind of holographic as well. I got it in silver and gold, so I was excited about that. I got it off Amazon. I've got it in my Amazon shop, but I will tell you that American Balloons has it a lot cheaper if you purchase like a lot of homecoming mom supplies. I saw that they had it, and it, like I said, it was a lot cheaper than it was on Amazon. But of course, like when I order from there, I have to order a lot of stuff so I can get free shipping. Okay, so I'm trying to just layer that up in the middle. And I don't want to go over too far. Let's say that's, well, from right there, it's about 1.5 inches, so right on the edge. It was a deal. I love Hobby Lobby when I find deals like that. It's always fun to find those good deals. So I try to kind of flip it over and see. So I hate that when you get it made and you realize one loop is sticking out further than the other, so it drives me nuts. So you can kind of measure it and see. Yeah, that's about 1.5 inches too. I don't know about that. It's kind of a mess. See, now in the springtime when I get it all organized and clean and pretty, yeah, I would love to do that. But during homecoming, it's like you're not seeing like I got stuff stacked up. It's just a pile of mess over here. And stuff stacked up all in the corners. It's a mess. It's not a pretty sight. And it's gotten so bad that I have taken over our son's room, who was not, he's at college, so he's out on his own now, but there's always that chance that he'll want to come back home. He just came for a visit as well, and it was, you know, I had to clean up the room. I had to clean off the bed and the dresser and make a path for him. He doesn't complain though. I said, "You're not planning on moving back anytime soon, are you?" He said, "No." I was like, "Good, because there's nowhere for you." I really need some kind of storage solution. So I'm just going in between here. And you can see you always make like a box when you do 4 loops. And I'm kind of keeping them about level with those loops, just in a little bit. So you can always tell like your space in between, like how far to do. So you can tell like if you need to go that way or that way. Just try to keep them as even as possible. I don't think it's possible to do them perfectly, but just make them look as good as you can. Well, I'm glad it's supposed to be like that because that's how mine looks. I'm trying to keep it cleaned up. And I used to have like ribbon, I would, you know, when I cut my ribbons and stuff, they'd be all over the floor, and then I'd pick a day during the week where I'd vacuum, but ever since we got Lucy, I can't do that. She eats the ribbon, so I have to keep my stuff cleaned up. That's one of the reasons for the little trash pile. I think she's gonna like that. That's sparkly, glittery. Oh, okay, but I'm gonna have to clean it up a little bit. It's embarrassing. It's like when somebody comes to your house and your house is a mess, you know, and you're trying to clean up. It's the same thing with craft room. Sometimes one of these staples comes up and it catches. Oh, she can't get out of there. It's the only issue I have, and it doesn't happen very often. This is the part I hate, when you start going in and you're trying to find somewhere to staple and you're trying not to smash the loops that you have. There's nothing like getting it done and realizing that you completely smashed a loop. I mean, you could always glue them when you get to this point. I just think they look better when they're stapled because they're pushed down better and they kind of go like, I don't know, something about the way the loops look when they're stapled. They just look a little bit better. But on the ring mums, I do hot glue a lot. Thank you, Diana. Look how pretty. I'm so happy. I think she's gonna love that. Now on the mid-size, I usually use a 5.5 inch flower, but I use a fuller one. So I use a more expensive flower on these than I do on the mini and Pee-wees. Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you, Diana. So I will show you, let's see. Okay. So if you can see the back of these, these actually came on a bush, and I got them from my wholesaler, and I bought a whole bunch of them like a year or two ago. I don't remember. Got really lucky, and I can't remember how much they were a piece, but it was such a good deal. So that's why I use these on my minis and Pee-wees, and it's one of the ways I, can do them a little bit cheaper is because this is what it looks like. Not that one, this one. That's this one. So So this one's already glued on. They're not as full. So that's one of the reasons why it's not as expensive.